Hi, everybody. Some of you may remember that way back in 2015-16, I was talking about the immense shift that was going to take place in 2020. In fact, you can look back at my 2020-21 video, which has had quite a few views, and how many of those predictions based on the astrology have actually happened. So now, it's with great excitement that I want to share with you the next pivotal shift that I've been seeing for some time, but just wanted to meditate more deeply so that I could give you a picture of the energies that are coming up in 2025, 2026. These are really pivotal shift years. Just as we now look back on 2020 and everything that we've all been through globally as a huge shift, especially on the spiritual level, expect 25-6 to take us onto a whole new energetic frequency. So what's coming up? How is it coming up? What are the waves that I'm seeing? And how can we best prepare ourselves on all levels? So it's going to start out in 2023, March of 2023. We've got Pluto going into Aquarius. It's been in Capricorn since 2008. Long time we've seen structures crumbling, government systems, health, education, all the rotten things that are no longer working have to begin to transform. And we get a little taste between March and June of 2023 of what Pluto in Aquarius may mean, because by January of 2024, Pluto will be fully in Aquarius for 20 years until 2044. So this whole shift is heralded around March of 2023. And is heralded by this energy of Pluto in Aquarius. I think we really need to examine what is the message of Pluto in Aquarius. Well, Pluto is about power. Aquarius is the age that we're moving into, the age of frequency, the age of energy, away from the material heaviness of the Capricorn earth, weighed down consumerism, more type of energy. We're having to change our whole system so that it is more equitable and more Aquarian. We're seeing that with all the different diversity of gender. I realize it's a hot topic, but all the diverse identities that are coming out. And you can expect more eccentricity and more oddities coming up with this Pluto in Aquarius, many oddities that have been hidden and suppressed. ETs, space travel, the development of AI, the development of miniaturization. Pluto rules the things becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. So chips becoming smaller. I think we're going to be dealing with the invisible realms. It's a massive area. I'm going to do a separate video about Pluto in Aquarius because it's such a big area. But what I want to get over is that this energy shift starts with the Pluto in Aquarius. Power to the people. Power for our freedom. Power to be who you are, no matter where you're from, which planet you're from, and to make a contribution that is valuable for the whole. This also frees up new energy, new ways of utilizing our own energy systems that are not as crude and not as heavy. So not so much food, not so much stuff. We are lightening ourselves so that we are able to begin to fly more easily. Then 2025. Let me get the exact date. March till October of 2025, we get a little snippet of Neptune going into Aries. And then in January of 2026 until 2038, Neptune is going to be in Aries. Big shift from Neptune in Pisces. So we've had Pluto in an earth sign, Neptune in a water sign, earth and water. This is still an energy of, it's more of a downward energy. Yeah, we've got to use combustion largely to make water go upwards. Water by nature tends to flow downwards. Neptune in Aries, to me, because Aries rules the head, Neptune ruling the feet, we are going to find a whole new generation of leaders. Leaders with compassion, leaders with heart. There is always a potential of the negative, which I must, of course, I can present to you, which is false leaders, leaders who say they are gods and gurus and who are not. So we will have to be very discerning, but there will be a whole generation of people who say there's a different way to lead, and you'll be leading with the whole, from the head to the feet, from everybody being important and being invaluable in this new equation, this new earth. Then in July of 2025 till November of 2025, Uranus moves out of Taurus. Again, this earth energy, this heavier downward energy, into Aquarius, into Gemini. So we've had Uranus been a bit weighted down, wanting lots of freedoms, not being able to be free. This frees up technology and the speed of technology in ways we cannot begin to imagine. Gemini, the lower mind, Uranus, the higher mind, coming together. An air sign, much faster, a faster frequency. The developments of medicine, with travel, with transportation, with space travel, with ETs, with virtual reality. We haven't seen the half of it yet until this transit, which we begin with Uranus in Gemini 2025, starting then going into 26 to 32. That it's really stable into that energy of Gemini. Now, these are the three outer planets. They're the planets that move the slowest. So they have the biggest impact on us globally. Yeah. The other planets, I'll come to Saturn in a moment because it is important. It just adds to this energy that I'm seeing. But those three outer planets going away from earth and water and moving into fire and air, while giving a heads up that everything is going to accelerate. Things are going into warp speed. So what's really important now, between now and 2025-6, is that you find the stillness inside, is that you practice being grounded, being centered, and at the same time, ways of lifting and raising your frequency. But that inner stillness, because things are going to start moving, really our minds and brains are going to go, what? Hello? Everything can change in a heartbeat. We're moving away from that Uranus, Taurus energy, this whole energy of shortages, of not enough, of in 2030, you will own nothing and you will be happy. All this has actually a profound positive energy. When I look at this 25-6 scenario, is we won't need as much. And we won't need to accumulate, to own, to hold on to so much. That's earth and water frequency. Fire and air frequency is that we'll be able to manifest what we want when we need it. much lighter, much more easy on the psyche and on the physical. We're going to see the physical body changing, the abilities of the brain, the nervous system, our understanding of that coming to whole new levels. So I'm really encouraging you to develop a practice of yoga, of meditation, of being in nature, whatever it is that centers you in your essence and helps you to feel safe. No matter what is going on around you, you will be able to tune into these new frequencies. You'll be guided as to where you need to be and when, because timelines are going to be shifting. Our understanding of history, our understanding of time, our place in it, our immortality, we're going beyond anything that the lower mind is going to be able to understand. So in that stillness and in that ability to raise your consciousness as much as you can, not to sleepwalk, but to do whatever you can to be around people and around inspiration and things that lift you up, because this is truly a time now of simplification. Simplify your life. Maybe it's simpler that we have fewer choices of the physical stuff, because we're moving away from that energy. We are becoming light beings, realizing that we are filled with light, realizing that we are filled with unlimited, infinite possibility. So I hope this inspires you. I'm looking forward to your feedback, your thoughts, your ideas, but this shift in elements, then we get also in 2025, just to add to this frequency, Saturn will go into Aries for a couple of years. So we again get this fire and air going on, which is this upward thrust, the Kundalini, the rising of the Kundalini, the awakening. And at the same time, each of us has to stay centered in who you are and not get lost in the speed and the maelstrom of the myriad of possibilities. Yeah, you're going to see people building houses in a day and then taking them down in a day, being able to move and manifest whatever we want with the molecules and the atoms. Apparently, we only see 1% of the light spectrum around us with our eyes. What's in the other 99%? So we'll be looking, I will mention this more, there's so much to say, I'm just so excited about this. Pluto in Aquarius, we are going to be looking at what is transhumanism, where does biology meet technology? What are we going to upgrade within the human body using technology? These are all going to be questions around the ethics of this. There's a lot, as I said, I'm doing a separate video about that. And in time, I'll also do a webinar where we can open this all up for discussion. But remember, 2025, 6 are hugely pivotal years. Looking forward to sharing this journey with you.